Parenting styles, the 4 types of parents. The first parent I'm going to talk about is a permissive parent. They tend to enable and indulge their child. They accommodate and capitulate to their wants. They rescue them from their bad choices and don't allow them to pay the consequences for those choices. Usually their child is entertained or amused. A lot of times when you ask these parents why they parent that way, they say, I want my child to feel loved. They may be high on affirmation, acceptance, and encouragement, low on teaching, discipline, and challenging. What may be the results? That this child may be entitled and they may have a poor work ethic. They might not make good choices because the parents have never allowed them to pay the consequences for their choices. They have a lot of privileges and very little responsibility, which leads to poor work ethic. The second type of parent is the most common type of parent I see. It's the dismissive parent. They may be physically or emotionally neglectful or both. They usually show apathy. They're very self-absorbed into their needs and into their wants. Sometimes they forget their parents. They say they're tired and busy. When you ask them why they parent this way, they will tell you, I want my child to be independent. They don't provide teaching or affirmation and any discipline or acceptance or challenge or accountability. What I've seen with these children, they can go either way. They can become very self-sufficient and independent, or they can just run amok and become very wild because they've never had any real structure in their life. The third parent is the authoritarian parent. They're micromanaging and controlling. They are emotionally and or physically abusive. They're very confrontational. And when you ask them why they behave this way, they say, I want my child to be disciplined. They're low on showing them love, affirmation, acceptance, and encouragement. They're high on teaching, discipline, and challenging their child. The child may go 2 ways. They may themselves become bullies, tyrannical, and harsh, or they may be in a relationship or allow themselves to be tyrannized and bullied because they believe that that is normal. Finally, the authoritative parent, not to be confused with authoritarian parent. They express care, challenge growth, provide support, share power, expand possibilities. This parent is balanced in that when the child needs love, they provide love. When the child needs discipline, they provide discipline. When the child needs independence, they provide independence. This requires the parent to be intentional and mindful. They have to be cool-headed and not hot-headed. What happens is under stress, they revert to the dysfunctional parenting styles that they have, or they may even revert to the dysfunctional parenting styles of their parents. I will encourage you to be a parent that is high on teaching, discipline, and challenging your child, and is high on affirming and accepting and encouraging your child. Being mindful and intentional in your parenting.